Good morning from partly cloudy Arizona. How's everybody doing? I hope well. Okay, so let's take a little tour of some stuff I wanted to show you today. These are the prickly pears that were blooming, and as you can see, we're starting to get the fruits on them. When these things go away and these swell up, they're ready to be processed, and we're going to make a jelly out of them. We got our pectin, we got our jars, so we're ready. Excuse me. I wanted to show you our wash because it's slowly becoming one of our favorite areas to go to. It's so undeserty. It's so green down here and pretty. I'm gonna let y'all know. This is the second time I've done this today. First one came out really blurry, and so I'm redoing it. Look at it. Try to get you more blooms in this one. But this is our mesquite tree coming back nicely. And this mesquite tree, and the brittle bush. Now, from what I understand, those are desert marigolds. And this is another mesquite. I spread a bunch of mustard seeds and coriander seeds in here, hoping that works, because it's so green down here. And this soil, again, when you go down a little bit, it's pretty wet. Another creosote, excuse me, mesquite. Look at this guy, called a paper bag plant. And this guy is a chia plant. You know, chia. My friend Mindy told us the names of these. This guy. There we go. Focus on that picture. That's better. There we go. Oh, I hear you. I don't know about you guys, but the last few days we've had a lot of military plane activity. Yesterday, right through here, came right around refueling it looked like a C-130, but I don't know, but C-130 or big plane refueling a Osprey. You know, the helicopter planes, and they're the planes that turn into helicopters. Yeah, they did a whole refueling thing here. And then 2 days ago, we got buzzed right, I mean, literally like 100 feet above our bus. 2 F-18 Hornets came by. I mean, they were booking. Just whoosh, and Dana was so surprised because she didn't hear them until they were on top of us. I was like, yeah, that's what the enemy hears. Nothing. But a lot of activity. And it seemed to be coming from San Diego over here. And I'm judging by the aircraft, I'm pretty sure it's Marine training. So this is a goji, and we tend to leave these gojis alone for the birds. But look at this vine that I found inside this goji. See if I can get it to focus there. Look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? Make sure I'm not cloudy again. There we go. So, see how green this is down in here? And just full of life. Look at the size of that brittle bush over there. And that's another type of mesquite. From what I'm seeing, we've got 2 to 3 types of mesquite here. I'm not too sure if the third one is a mesquite. But we have those, and they seem to be doing well. This is the tallest tree on our property. Also a mesquite, and it is coming along nicely. I mean, look at this. How can you say the desert doesn't have life? There's nothing but life here. It's just a little harsher. Doesn't look like Arizona, does it? I guess it does, but one of our quartz veins. Nice barrel cactus. Look at this guy. So this is what they call a California indigo plant. See if I can get it to focus on that flower. Maybe with a little contrast. But they're so delicate and pretty, and they just give you a splash of purple in the middle of everything. So, coming back up. This guy. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous or what? So this is where eventually our bus is going to be parked. Is over here. Probably right in here where you can see, like, you see that Ocotillo. There's an Ocotillo behind it. Our bus is going to be right in here, and this is going to be our front yard, and that over there is going to be our growing yard. And throughout here we're going to have a whole bunch of different earth systems, earthworks, swells, Hoden-Golger, One Rock dams, Zuni bowls, just anything and everything we can in this ground to stop all this runoff. Because I got a feeling if I stop all this runoff, I am going to have abundance of water as far as my garden goes. Now, this is how we're getting our fence built. Now, you see, we chainsawed it out. And I don't feel bad for it. I'll show you something that happens when you cut these things. They sprout. You get multiple sprouts on a broken limb. I think there's one kind of stuck here. Yeah, see how it's all damaged? And it just starts trying to send out sprouts everywhere else. Because it knows this is going to come off if it doesn't bring the whole plant down. And that's what I'm trying to do. Because the one thing I've noticed is, like, you see the big one right there? It's windblown. So these stalks here, they get so big that they're top heavy. And when the wind blows, and the wind blows here a lot, it just topples them over. So by cutting out some of these bigger ones that I have in here, like this and this one, I'm actually doing pretty good. Here's a good example. See how it's damaged here, and this is pretty much, it's going to live, but it made sure that it was going to live by sending up all these offshoots. So that's what we're doing. We're just duplicating what nature does, and by doing so, we actually protect the Ocotillo, so we can have sustainable harvest. I can come through here every couple of years and cut out a couple of big ones and do whatever project I want to do. You know, I got to live here, so I don't want to wipe out the system. And so, trust me when I say that I'm sustainably harvest. Now, all over the desert floor, we have all these little guys, and there's some purple ones, and there's some pink ones, and there's some yellow ones, and they're all over the floor of the desert. In case y'all have never seen a cholla after it's dead, this is stems of it, and people do art with them. Little hobbies. This is the newest, second to the newest area that I've improved. I put agave, and I got some agaves right over here. I'll show you. and some yuccas. So from the agave, we should be able to get sugar or agave syrup. And from the yuccas, we can get soap and cordage. And we started kind of laying out, like my next swell is gonna actually come from here, this bush. It's gonna come across here and go to that bush, causing a bowl here. And then there's gonna be a series of bowls coming down to what's over here is gonna be like a retaining pond. But I'm not actually meaning it for it to hold water for a long period. Just stop it. Stop it from running off the property. And this is our living fence. These guys are actually planted and they will live. With them being this big, my chances are probably 60-40. I'll be lucky if I think if I get 4 or 5 every maybe out of 10 to live, I'll be happy. This is our other. So we have an agave, and another yucca here. And this is what I was talking about. Look how monstrous these things get. And they're heavy. And just so you can see, they're not like, they're actual trees. So they should go. We finally finished this swell. And these guys are not going to be planted here. So they're just there temporary. Not too bad. We're continuing with our mulching system. So how we mulch is when we pop these sage brushes, we just throw them in here, let them dry up, come through and stomp them down. And eventually they'll be all crushed down like this, and we can use it as mulch. And this is my goji that I've been eating off of, and it's starting to get pretty thin. We have a snow pea with an actual snow pea. Let's see if I can get a better look at that. That's pretty cool. I've got 2 peas. There's a pea. And there's a pea. Right on. We've got corn come up. These are still waiting to come up. These are ones I planted. And this is corn. Chickpea. I've got lentils in there. I've got some more chickpeas. There's a cucumber there. There's a watermelon coming up right there. And tomatoes here. And then one thing we really got excited about was a couple of things actually. One of the moringa seeds that we planted from seed actually came up. So this tree, I'm assuming it's going to get about 15 feet this year. Whereas the moringa over here, I don't think it's going to get as big, even though it's 4 times bigger than that one is right now, is because that was in a pot and that one's from a seed. So the thing about moringas are they don't like root disturbance, and they have a very large taproot. And if you grow them from seed, that taproot stays undisturbed, and it grows pretty good. I've heard anywhere from 15 to 20 feet in the first year. So we'll see. And one of the ones that we have sprouted is going to get planted today right here behind Buddha. There's another moringa. Oh, look at this. I wanted to show you. Look how many tomatoes we have on here. And more coming. And we have peas coming up and zucchini coming up in here. And we got peas coming up here. More zucchini over here. We have peas in here. We have okra. The only thing that's popped in this bed are these bush beans. And they popped pretty good. There's another bush bean. And there's another bush bean. Those popped pretty good. So this is where we're going to be planting our newest and basically only fruit tree so far. I'll show you. We'll go to the greenhouse. But the fence is coming along. You can see I gotta get those pushed down all the way around. That's what I do in the afternoon. Go and collect cow dung, natural fertilizer provided by the desert. We got more radishes pop up. And these are jalapenos. That guy's growing. Euphorbia. Not a euphorbia. Shoot. It's called a cactus orchid. It starts with E. I can't think of it right away. More peppers. The ratatouilles or radicchio. We've had a salad out of here. And we got more tomatoes back here. And this one's actually got only one tomato on it right now. Right there. But this one's in the shade. Doing shade gardening compared to straight up sun. Cucumbers. Or not cucumbers. Those are cantaloupe. And this is the moringa tree that's getting planted today. This is a sprout. A sprout. A sprout. This is what's getting planted today. We had a customer, Jan and Janessa, who made a purchase over $125. And when you make a purchase with our company over $25, we try to plant a tree in your name. So this is going to be planted in their name, and they get to name it. It's going to be Luna. Luna the pomegranate, and that's a wonderful pomegranate. I'm not saying that it's a great pomegranate. I'm saying that its variety is called Wonderful. See, wonderful pomegranate. Where do we go? There we go. Wonderful pomegranate. And then our bromeliads and all that are doing really well. But we're going to do a short on planting this guy, and we're going to plant that moringa. And thank you again to our customers, Jan and Janessa. They help support us, and by supporting us, we're planting trees. So again, thank you. I want to say God bless everyone. Be good to one another. Hug your family, hug your kids, kiss a stranger, maybe. I don't know. Don't get slapped. Make sure it's okay. You know, nothing forceful. Anyway, making more biochar for the yams that are going in there. Anyway, love you guys. Be good to one another. Until next time.